Greetings, my friends, and welcome all back to Minecrafting with Ultra. I am Ultra. Today, we have something fun to do. I want to talk about one of my favorite things, and that is diagonal builds. And not just 45-degree angles like this one. I also want to talk about weird angles like this one, or like this one over here. Diagonal builds are, in my opinion, one of the greatest ways that you can make your build stand out, especially if you're going for a larger scale project like a village or something like that. As nice as straight houses look, if you have too many of them in a row, they can get a little too repetitive, in my opinion. And that's just because this is a game full of straight lines and hard edges. One of the easiest things you can do to break that up and make your build stand out a little bit more is to get rid of some of those straight lines. As soon as it's done raining, we will get back outside and we'll get into like a little bit of a tutorial. I don't know. I've never done much of a tutorial, and I don't know if I'm much of a teacher, but we're gonna try. Now that we got some sunshine, we're gonna get going, and we're gonna start with these two houses here, this one and that one. And the reason being is because I want to actually reverse them. I want to put the 45-degree house over there, and I want to put that house over here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I think that they're going to fit in a little bit better with the pre-existing terrain, and anything you can do to save yourself on terraforming, I'm all about. And I do think those are going to fit in a lot better with the long-term goal. So the thing about diagonal builds, and I cannot stress this enough, is picking a pattern and sticking with it. So for example, on this house, the pattern that I picked was just a straight 45-degree line. So we have corner to corner, we have 7 blocks going that way, we have 5 blocks going that way, and they form a rectangle. So the pattern of this one is the corner, and then when you want to turn, it's corner. Makes sense, right? Kind of common sense stuff so far. But once we get to this house, it's a little bit different. It's not as drastic of an angle, and what I've done here is I've picked a different pattern. The pattern I've picked is 3 blocks and then 1 block in, 3 blocks and then 1 block in, 3 blocks and then 1 block in, all the way down. So we've got 12 blocks length this way. And then when we want to turn, all we do is turn and then follow the same pattern. 3 blocks, and blah, 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 blah. And now we have 9 blocks going this way. So again, just like our 45, they come together and form a rectangle. If you get a little bit more creative with your patterns, you can get some different angles. So for example, on this pattern, I did 1 block and then I went in and did 2, and then it repeats itself. I hope this makes sense. Look at that sunset too. Oh my goodness. So once you've got a good pattern, the rest is literally no different than building a straight house. And we're gonna start over here with the 45-degree angle house, and with our dark oak wood, we're just gonna start at the corners and bring it up to the height that we want. And for me, I think that is gonna be 4 blocks. So once we have that, the next thing we wanna do is follow the pattern that we laid out on the ground up at the top. And this part doesn't really matter, but for me, I like using the 6-sided logs when I do diagonal builds like this, just to hide the open face on the outside. And now that that's done, we'll strip the logs and get rid of the wool. Next up is walls. And for that, we're going to be giving it a trim of composters along the bottom and a mixture of calcite and diorite for the top. We're not worried about windows or anything yet, we're just getting the walls in. So for the roof, I want to give it the same little corner whoop-de-dads that we've been putting on all the rest of the builds to kind of signify the style a little bit. Check this out, we're gonna do a double trapdoor there, and then we're gonna do a temporary slab, and then a permanent slab. And a permanent slab there, and then we can come around to the opposite side and do the same thing. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's keep it going and see how it looks. So now that we have the roof line trimmed out, we want to work on the pitch of the roof. And for that, we're gonna bring back our hole blocks. So starting from the corner, we're gonna go up by 1 block, and then 2. The bottom ones are just temporary, and then this one will be 3. You can come back through and break these bottom ones out and do the same thing on the other side. 1 block and then 2 blocks. Strip these so they match, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. And once we have the pattern repeated on both sides, we're gonna go ahead and run a beam right down the middle connecting the 2. And for the roof of this one, I wanna try and get the same kind of sweeping curve effect that we got on that one there. And how we're gonna achieve that is by starting off the first layer here with slabs, and then the second row we will bring in hole blocks. And then from up here, all you're doing is kind of just playing a game of fill in the holes. And we are going to be using some temporary blocks, so don't worry, some of these are going to be taken away. And now that we're up at the top, we just have these last set of holes here to fill in. And I'm just going to take to the air real quick and see how it looks. Not bad. Not bad so far. It definitely needs some details and some tweaking, but it's getting there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just get the roof in on the other side real quick, and I'll be back with you guys when that's done. On the cross beam on the top, we're gonna do one final row of full blocks. And we're gonna put some terracotta in up here because I think that might look cool too. Yeah, that's not too bad. A little bit of the black glazed terracotta. First thing we're gonna wanna do is punch out a door and some windows. And I think I wanna put the door a little off-centered. We'll put the door over here, and that'll let us have a nice little front window here. I definitely want a couple windows looking out over the pond here. So I think we'll punch a window here and here. And with the side of the house that faces the path going to spawn, we'll just have two central windows just like that. And maybe no windows on the back wall. Getting better, getting better. Okay, the roof is a little funky, so I think I'd like to get back up there and spend a little bit more time fleshing that out a little bit. And what we'll do is with our stairs, I think we'll go facing out all the way up to the top, and we'll do a full block once we get here. And then let's go see what that looks like. It's a little bit better, but it's still missing something. No. Okay, I think I know what's wrong with it. Check this out right here. This is the issue. These blocks here that make up the trim line for the roof need to be bumped out one more. They need to be in line with these blocks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap these out for deep slate, make them more of the roofing tile, and we're gonna bump this trim line out one more and see how that looks. Yeah, it took a little bit of tweaking, but I think we got it. I think bumping that out, bumping that trim layer out one more. Excuse me, could you give me a minute? I think bumping that trim layer out one more block made a big difference. And I also went ahead and put in this little, I don't know if I like it, but I tried to do this little jut out bit here. I kind of tried to replicate something like that. So far, so good. Super epic tutorial time is nearly complete. Okay, so before we go too much farther, the next thing I want to do is I want to get this thing connected to the ground. It looks a little weird floating up there in the air. And all we're gonna do is with our stone and some mossy stone bricks and maybe a little bit of cobble, we're just gonna kind of come in the bottom and do something like that. And with that, our house has a roof and it has a foundation. Now we need to finish the windows and give it a door. I won't be doing the interior, so I just used some shroom lights to make it look like there were lights on the inside and something going on. And I also used some azaleas for some planters outside the windows. And I think that actually turned out really, really nice. I might come back and do the interiors eventually. For now, I think just having those shroom lights there, that makes it just look like there's enough going on. I kind of like it. I also went through and added a bunch more of the lilacs around. I spread those out beyond the pond, a little bit more this way around the build itself. And I added a few more details, a couple banners, a couple little pops of color here and there, and I'm really, really happy with it. I think for now, we're not gonna look in here. I think for now, that will complete this build as well as this train wreck. Extremely detailed, meticulous, and well thought out tutorial. Kind of a cool little view down here. This is kind of my favorite thing about Minecraft right here. Just coming back in here and just getting this little bit of a view like this. I love that. So that might also wrap it up for this episode too, because I have run out of time, unfortunately. I want to get it out to you guys. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next episode. I thought about finishing these other two diagonal houses that I have planned out here and turning it into something of a time lapse. This episode I tried to keep as a bit more of a tutorial, if you can call it that. I don't know. I hope if somebody learned something, then I can call this a tutorial and have it not be clickbait. So let me know down in the comments. Did you learn anything? Did I accomplish it? Do you like the house? Is it a nice addition? What should we do next time? We might finish the village next episode, but we might also start some trees. That's something that I've been talking about since the beginning of this series. And to be quite honest with you, I've just been putting it off because I haven't been looking forward to it, but it might be the time. We're running out of other things to do, and I think some trees would really start to bring this area together even more so than it already is. For now, look at this. We have a pilgrim making his way up to offer his penance to his ancestors. So, like I said, let me know what you guys thought of the village down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I tried a little bit of a different format, so let me know what you think. I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys next time.